Hi guys. Steve, it's time to sit down. Yeah, well, I could give you a song, but yeah, I have to charge you more. Oh, thanks, Steve. Hello, everybody. Right, I just have your attention for a few minutes, but I won't be long, I promise. Thanks. So nice to see you all again after another good year for our company, and now celebrating our 40th anniversary. Market conditions slowed significantly across the industry earlier this year, but we continue as a company to work on high-end projects, which sees our average order value grow ever larger, with 50k plus deals becoming the norm these days. We're on track for a near 8 million finish this year, and despite the perceived downturn, are looking to build on that going forwards this year with our continuing partnerships with architects and contractors, meaning we're now the first port of call for any major project in the southern region. As always, I've been impressed over the last 12 months by the dedication of everyone in this room and high standards of competence that we continue to provide. Customers love Thames Valley because we care. First of all, our amazing marketing led by Tina. And we also obviously organised this evening as well. Thank you, Tina. Tina consistently keeps us relevant in an ever-changing marketplace. We now have over 500 projects on our website and a near-perfect 5-star customer score, all down to her efforts. And that puts us in an amazing position when anyone is considering us, using us for their project. Then my design team. It's been a bit of a bitter year for us, certainly earlier in the year, but several of you have shown the way with great consistency, despite the challenges in the marketplace. The morale and camaraderie of the sales team is still a pleasure to see, and it continues to be my honour to support you all. I did also want to make a special mention of our long-serving design team members who were honoured earlier this evening. Marcus and Ray, over 10 years service, and Chris and Sean with over 20 years service, so congratulations to you guys. It's a testament to the company that not just in the sales department but across the company, people have stuck around for so long with us. I've been here 8 years now, it's flown by. Our surveyors then take over, and you are a vital part of the process, reassuring the customer on their choices and correcting any mistakes that designers, Chris, may have made. It's how long you've been with us, mate. It's sort of coming around again, that's all. Customers are reliant on you to make sure that their order is fully reviewed and ready to be ordered. Then the ops team are crucial in then keeping the customer happy throughout the survey and manufacturing process, including sales admin, purchasing, and of course installations. You keep our clients informed throughout this period so that they feel they're kept in the loop and always have their expectations managed around installation dates and schedule of works. This is becoming ever more important on our larger projects, where effective communications between Susie, Dan and John and the on-site contractors can make all the difference to keeping a happy customer. And then these installation teams, the fitting teams, do their work. Never underestimate the impact that you installation chaps have on our customers. You're all great ambassadors for our company, and it's your skill and good humour throughout this process of being in their home, often for several days or even weeks at a time, that our customers will remember and then recommend us to their friends and family. You are the ones that always get name-checked in our 5-star reviews, and you are the ones that help drive referrals, recommendations, and repeat business from our loyal customers. You should be very proud of that, and thank you. I also must mention the unsung heroes in our warehouse, James and Alex, who make sure everything keeps running smoothly in the background, and James makes sure the weekly footy pools game keeps rolling. So thank you, James and Alex. And of course our finance department of Neil and Andrea, who make sure we get paid by the customers and that we all get paid at the end of the month. So thank you. Yeah, months plus. I, of course, give my personal thanks to the management team. It's a pleasure to be part of a group of people who are dedicated to customer service and have such a deep competence in what they do. Tina, Susie, Dan, John, Paul, Neil, and of course Ryan, thank you for everything you do to support the team and making sure we are the best possible version of the company we can be. Thank you. And finally, on this special anniversary, well, finally before I get to the awards, on this special anniversary, a thank you to our founders, Paul and Mark, and of course not forgetting Helen, who was there at the beginning as well. All this started 40 years ago, and you have all grown it into a business you can rightly be proud of. I am sure back then that you never imagined that you would be the owners of a near 9 million turnover company with over 50 employees and having your annual dinner dance. My ring alarm's going off as I speak, but anyway, there's someone at the door. I don't know who. With over 50 employees and having your annual dinner dance at a prestigious place like Farnham Castle. As a company, we have sold now over £130 million of business. And that's only since it was computerised, so I don't know, when was it computerised, guys? After 10 years or so, is it? When did we actually put the computers in place to record sales? That was early 90s, was it maybe? Something like that? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So even before then, we'd have sold probably £10 million of the business. So we're probably nearly at £150 million of the business now. Yeah, call it 200, yeah. So well done everyone, thank you. I hope that we all continue to honour your legacy and exceed your expectations. Thank you. And now on to the sales awards. And so we have our Christmas competition results to announce. A quieter year than last year due to the economic downturn, with higher interest rates hitting consumer confidence throughout the earlier part of the year, especially. Hopefully now that situation appears to be stabilising so we can return to better growth in 2024. However, this did not affect our Christmas competition, with actually some of the best high scores we've seen from our top three almost ever. We will do this in reverse order, as always. So, we start with Mr. George Curtis. Now, George is actually receiving 2 awards tonight. He came 3rd place in the Christmas competition. He was hoping to do 2nd, but somebody else did him at the last minute. But more importantly, and this is important, he strung together over a year of continuously selling. So what that means is he sold at least 1 deal every week over actually in total 57 weeks. So George has demonstrated, George has demonstrated to the rest of the team the value of making sure that he gets that 1 deal every week, whether that be a single door or a whole house of doors and windows. He's consistently on the phone to customers and getting them into the showroom. And despite having one of the lowest average order values, because just of the size of deals that he gets given, he managed a record-breaking 57 weeks of sales, writing a fantastic £877,000 worth of business in that time. Because of all that, he came 3rd in the Christmas competition with an incredibly high scoring £250,000. George, come and get your awards, mate. George is a bit more shy of the microphone than Steve is, apparently, but anyway. George is a bit more shy of the microphone than his old man is, apparently. So now we come on to our second place, and that goes to Marcus. Marcus is one of our longest servers, and has certainly been around the block a few times, and that's just his consumption of drinks at our annual dinner dance. Marcus has written over £7.5 million worth of business during that time, while he's been with us. And whilst he retains his youthful looks, he still likes to remind the young whippersnappers how it's done. And this time he takes second place in our Christmas competition with a superb £318,000. Welcome, Marcus. And no, Marcus, no speeches. It's all right, Steve will say a few words for you, Marcus. And then finally, our top man, who's already had a mention earlier this evening, and his name is Luke. Now, Luke joined the design team just over 4 years ago, but had a lot of pressure on him, having a certain surname of Schofield. However, he's taken to this selling lark like a duck to water, and is now one of the most consistent and high-selling team members we have, specialising in major projects, as well as being an important support for the rest of the team. He's well on course to be our top salesman for the year, having already written over £1 million worth of business this year, but in the meantime, he wins our Christmas competition with a record-breaking score of £433,000. Well done, Luke.
Thank you, everyone. I haven't planned anything, so no, to be honest, I would never have imagined ever working for the company, let alone being in this position, record salesman. But ultimately, obviously, I can't do, as we've all said this evening, without all of you in all the departments, basically doing my job for me, and I just write some scribbles on a piece of paper. So, just like to say thank you to everyone.
Okay, that's it from me, but my final thing is if you could all please be upstanding as we propose a toast to... As we propose a toast to the team. Cheers. Thank you very much. All right, everyone. Thank you. I'd just like to round off the evening and say a few words just to close us off. And first of all, just acknowledge the great scores from the sales team there. Obviously great to see a record, yet another record performance from Luke. Every year the sales competition kicks on, the annual figures kick on, and as a business, with everything that we've seen in the film, the projects that we're doing, the order values, great to see us just consistently progress. And we're posting some incredible numbers this year, which obviously bodes well for us all. I'd like to thank Paul as well, doing a great job, and he acknowledged it within his own speech, but it's not usual to see a sales environment with such togetherness and team spirit.
And that does come from the top down, so I just want to thank Paul for the energy and the work that goes into that, and generally marshalling the sales team in a very efficient way, so thanks Paul. And while we're in the spirit of awards and thank yous, a big thank you to Tina for the phenomenal effort that's gone into tonight. As I was saying, I know a phenomenal effort's gone into tonight. It's a huge amount of work. It started a year ago, but I think it's all been well worth the effort and the budget. And if you could please come up, we've got a special thank you for you, Tina. Thank you very much.
Come on.
Jesus.
DJ was.
Yeah.
Always the diva.
Thank you. I'm not doing a speech.
It doesn't look like much in the envelope, but hopefully a little bit of a reward for everything we've done. We really appreciate it. As we've alluded to tonight on a number of occasions, and we really can't say it enough, that none of this would be possible without everybody in the team. And I genuinely do want to thank everybody once again, and for the last time tonight, for all the hard work, the effort, the commitment, the dedication, and what goes into making every year that we have. And thank you for another great year. So a round of applause to you all, please. Thank you. And of course, last but not least, as always, I do need to and wish to pass a special thanks to the management team. Again, Paul touched on it in his speech, but Paul, Susie, Dan, Neil, Wes, John, James, Tina, the support and the freedom that you allow me to work across the business and try to keep us moving forward and allow me to be proactive is much needed and very appreciated. And as we grow, it gets more and more valuable every year. Can't thank you enough, and it's a massive support to me and a huge benefit to the business as a whole. So thank you guys. Obviously, a lot of tonight has been about the history of the business and celebrating the 40 years, but we are also here looking at the present and to the future. I'm delighted to say that the last few years have been our best ever. I'm very proud to be able to work with everyone in this room, taking the business forward. We keep moving the goalposts forward, we keep moving the goalposts to achieve more and more adventurous projects every year and scaling the business on very solid foundations. We've written our largest orders in the last few years, including breaking that record yet again this year with a £670,000 project in Hampton Court, where Guy and Wayne will be living for the next 6 months. We've had a number of people joining our sales and operations team over the last few years who've all hit the ground running and added depth to our skills and knowledge. We've managed to significantly reduce the average age of our fitting teams in the last 12 months as well. A few new lads coming on board, and I'd like to think that we genuinely have the basis of our installation teams that can see us through the next 10 to 15 years at least. And that's just Steve and Trevor. You're done. 20. We have an immense, talented team, an extraordinary level of experience as we've celebrated tonight. We've consolidated this year in a tough market. We have a fantastic platform to build further growth over the coming years, and there are plans in place to ensure that we can maximise that success. So I'd like to close off with a massive thank you to everyone here. Please don't get your hopes up on next year's company do. It is 40 years, we're going to have to lower the bar a little bit. But I do hope you've had a good day for those who came this afternoon. For those who didn't, I hope you've had a great night so far. And the bar's open till 1. Crack on. Cheers.